So this was the last ride that Hickory and I had before he injured his leg, which you'll see in this video as we move along, and it had that beautiful fall sunset. In this particular video, we were desensitizing him to the Polaris because he was afraid of it, and every time we would drive by, he would always like buck and kick out and run away from it. So we wanted to just kind of get him used to it, not afraid of it. And once he realized that the back could hold hay, he started just eating out of the back of it, which you'll see him do. And we ended up leading him around in this circle, and then we took him out into the bigger pasture, and he had to walk and trot along next to it. And he did really good at that, so we just kind of carried on with our learning from there. But it was a fun experience to do, and just see what he, you know, what he thought about things. But he's a very curious boy, so that's the fun part of having him. So from here, all of a sudden we had this huge big snowstorm, and he went frolicking about in the snow, and he was super cute, and it was fun to watch him. And my the lady who owns the barn took a picture of him and sent it to me that morning, because that was the first time I ever got to see him in snow, so I just thought that was really cool. And then I decided to dress him up for Christmas and take a picture, which was fun, and it was totally worth it. So I'm glad that I have that memory of him. But then they started getting stuck indoors, and so I bought him this stall ball thing that he can play with and munch on. It has like molasses and different things like that, so he figured it out pretty good, and it kept him occupied. But I'll tell you, it did not last long. He figured out how to eat that thing pretty darn quick. But you can at least see him kind of messing and chewing and whatnot with it. I think I got it on like chewy.com or something like that. But it was fun to watch him like discover it and play with it while it was freezing outside and snow everywhere and freeze and thaw and all the things, all the mud. So these moments that they were in the stall or it was icy gave him something to do other than just stand there and be bored, because he does get bored in the stall. So it was super muddy for months, and you know, it's just always hard to do anything if you don't have an indoor arena. So I tried to work on some groundwork stuff just like in the yard. If he moved too fast or did too much, he would really like kick up mud, so I have to be careful that he doesn't like tear up their yard where he's staying. But I did some mounting block work and some other groundwork down the driveway, which I got some ideas from that Shade Tree Stables. I was part of that members basic group monthly, and they would share like different ideas, like what to do if you don't have an indoor arena. And these were some of the things that they mentioned might be like fun and something you can do with your horse even though it's muddy and you're not able to ride. So that's what you'll kind of see me doing in this video, mounting block work where you lay across them and give them treats and stuff like that. I know some people don't agree with the treat things. I can see pluses and minuses of both ways with it. And I think you kind of just have to explore it and see what works best for you and your horse. I think that the reward helps get him understand things and move things along a little faster, but I can't solely depend on giving treats. So that's something that I've learned to kind of balance, like when to give treats and, you know, when to ask him to just play without a food reward. So that's kind of been our ebb and flow over the course of November, December time frame. So January comes and Hickory gets caught up in a tension wire fence and hurts his back right leg, which became more and more of an issue over the course of a week. Everybody didn't really think it was a big deal. And I noticed the day after he hurt himself, he laid down and he just seemed so tired and he just didn't feel good. And I kept trying to figure out how to help him and what can I do and things like that. And then finally, the skin died off and it sloughed off, and we cleaned it and we brought the vet out. And this is the first picture I sent the vet. She came out, cleaned it up, found out that he really cut it badly down to the tendon. Not the tendon, but we had to start wrapping it, and I had to start documenting and taking pictures every 3 days. And he went on stall rest, and I would get to take him out of his stall for an hour a day, and we would just stand in the snow or in the mud or whatever just to get out. And I just kept documenting and sending it to the vet and taking him outside and spending time with him and wrapping his leg. And finally, after a month on stall rest, this was his day of freedom, that he got out and rolled in the mud. So I just kept caring for it, wrapping it, cleaning it. It finally started to scab over and he didn't need it wrapped anymore. And then it was just springtime all of a sudden. And here we are in spring, just keeping it clean, letting it fill in. I had my 40th birthday and his 8th birthday. And you can see it finally start getting closer and closer and closer together. And that's just the other day. So his chiropractor's been coming to see him, and she's been working with us this whole time, which has really helped him get through all the just repairs and the parts of the injury. And so grateful for our chiropractor and how amazing and helpful she has been along the road. But yeah, it's just been a long 5 months at this point. So it's been a long road where we are today, but I'm glad that he is getting better, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for us. In April, he was released to do light work, and we did start doing some groundwork in the round pen and on the lunge line, and just started kind of working together again, and just little bits at a time, nothing crazy, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes there, just seeing how he moved, how his gait was, where his mind was at with everything. And I'm also kind of playing with some Liberty work. The lady at Shade Tree Stables, Deanna Price, she is really good with a lot of the Liberty work stuff, so I love getting some of her insight with how to connect and work with him at Liberty, because it's kind of fun to let them be free and connect with you. To me, it's just really rewarding and interesting to use your body language and connect with them. So this is some of our early stuff after he got released from just kind of resting and grazing, and us just kind of going on walks. So just super fun experiences as we build this all up together again. And he's an extremely well-behaved horse, and I'm a lucky girl. I have some confidence issues from a few of my falls that I have to reconnect with and get over, and it's mostly just all in my mind. So you'll kind of see me work through some of those rides as I'm moving forward. And I went to some clinics, and I'll post about those, so that way you can just kind of see how I'm exploring and learning and trying to maneuver and figure this all out in my beginning stages of really learning how to train and what to do and things like that. And I would say if you're a new horse owner or you're new to horses, I think the best thing to do is just keep trying and just keep learning. I learn every day, and I learn from some of the stuff I do wrong, and I learn from the stuff that I do right. And even though there's nobody telling me necessarily all the time what I'm doing right or wrong, the idea that, you know, Hickory wants to hang out with me and wants to go do stuff with me, and that means it all. So this year I'm really wanting to focus on our riding and building our partnership and our riding, and hopefully you'll get to see all that fun stuff along the way too.